Hello friends. I wasn't gonna film today because the lighting is terrible because it's kind of like cloudy and whatnot, but luckily the sun has come out so the lighting is a little bit better. So I will be bringing to you more of my garbage. Now, I've been trying this like vlog thing lately, so hopefully that looks nice and entertaining. I am just a regular girl living a regular life, just trying to find a little bit of happiness where I can, because I have spent too long being depressed and sad. Depressed and sad? More like depressed and self-loathing. Oh yeah, whatever. Seasonal affective disorder is BITCH. Let's just dive right into this. This might be a little bit random. Actually, I'm not going to do these because I still have a bunch of them, but I will do a review. Same thing with this stuff. Okay, so that kind of narrows it down just a tidge. First up, kind of just supplement whatever. This is the ashwagandha by Nature Made. It's supposed to help with your cortisol levels, to lower your cortisol levels, because I was wondering, do I have cortisol face? Is my stress levels so high that my cortisol levels are so high and that makes me have cortisol face? I don't know, but it does help with my stress levels because I feel calm, collected, on top of my anti-anxiety meds that I take. So we've got some ashwagandha. Let's go into just let's do oral hygiene real quick. I have a bottle of TheraBreath, the Healthy Gums oral rinse. It was okay. Basically, I tried the pink one the last time. It doesn't really burn that bad. I usually would pair this with a different mouthwash. It was okay. Would I repurchase? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I have a big bottle of my Biotine Dry mouthwash. I have another bottle I just opened. This is the Fresh Mint alcohol-free. Helps freshen your breath as well as giving you some moisture relief, because now I am suffering from dry mouth almost constantly, and no matter how much water I drink, the mouth is dry, and that can lead to bad breath and all this other shit, and I don't want bad breath. So we're just gonna, oral hygiene, Colgate Optic. No, this is Colgate Total. Clean Mint. Whatever. It's toothpaste. It's bag of Huggies. Pure wipes. I like to use this during my monthlies. And I also, just in general, when you're a little bit dirty in the booty area, you need to use this stuff. Moving on to bath stuff, I feel like we should do that. I have a pink beauty bar by Dove. I have a lot of beauty bars. I hate to admit, I have a lot of bar soap. Also hate to admit that. I kind of went crazy one time with personal hygiene and all that stuff. I've dialed it back quite a lot. I love how Dove, their bar soap boxes just continuously smell amazing. I'm like trying to figure out what I want to pull out of here. Okay, so some feminine wash. This is the Always Cleanse Sensitive Wash, fragrance free. Non-irritating, obviously has no scent. I liked it. It was great. I have a not really like a drugstore brand, it's just a Meyer brand feminine wash in the shower right now. This one did really well. It's pH balance, you know, girlies in our vagine. We need the pH balancing. Let's see, I think that takes care of pretty much everything in the washing department. I have a Lumi whole body deodorant, the smooth, solid, and soft powder. The scent, baby powder. Loved it. Loved the scent. It's a whole body deodorant. You can use it on your pits. You can use it on your folds, especially for us big, for us well-endowed ladies in the chest area. We get the boob sweat. The only qualm I had with this was it was very creamy to the point of being too much. Now, it would get so dirty on the sides I would have to like clean it every so often. Now with my other deodorant, right now I have an Old Spice men's deodorant. It doesn't do that. But I did like the scent, so I don't know if I'm gonna repurchase this or not. And it's aluminum free. And the scent lasted for freaking ever. It said 72 hours on here, but it lasted pretty long, in my opinion. Next we have a 'Tis the Season Gentle Foaming Hand Soap from Bath & Body Works. Describe the scent. Classic Christmas scent. There's a little bit of a spice kick to it. Does it even tell you? Aha! Ground cinnamon and clove plus red apple. So if you like stuff like that, highly recommend. Moving on to, make sure my lippy doesn't come off. I have this, what is that? The pudding pot by a brand. It's a Korean brand, and I can't remember what the Korean brand is. Oops. Random thing before we get into makeup and skincare. This BioTrue multi-purpose solution. I like this stuff. I think I've consistently bought this for years now. I do wear contacts on occasion, especially when I'm wearing makeup and I want to know what the hell I'm doing, because I am very, very blind. -6 to be exact. I need to get new glasses because I've had these for quite some time. I think the frames are a little, they need replaced, to be TBH. But I like this stuff. I have a travel size, and then I have 2 other bottles of this. And I will continue to repurchase those because they are amazing. Alrighty, face stuff. This I'm from Rice Toner. It's a milky toner. If I have a clip of what it looks like on the skin or whatever, I will, dog hair, I will put it up here for you to look at. But this is more for people who have drier skin, in my opinion. It's very watery, not very viscous. It doesn't have a scent to it. It's made from rice. I'm not very good at describing this stuff. I liked it okay, but it was one of those things that I just need to use cotton rounds. I have found when I use toners, especially ones that are a little bit on the thicker end for drier skin, because if I do just my hands, I feel like it's a little too much for my combo skin. Even though I tend to be a little bit more drier during the winter time, I still find it's a little bit too much. So would I repurchase this? I have other ones in my rotation at the moment, so probably not at this time. I'd have to give it a little bit of thought. Next up, this is not exactly a toner. Where did the lid go? Anyway, not a toner. The CosRx Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence. An essence is a little bit different than a toner. It is thicker than a serum. No, sorry, I got that backwards. It is thicker than a toner, thinner than a serum. You put it on in between the two. Now, snail mucin has been pretty popular the last few years. I've seen, I love CosRx's AHA BHA toner. The snail mucin stuff that I had, I wanted to try. It's interesting. And I dropped the bottle. Oopsies. It's interesting because like when you pull your hands apart, it has those little tendril things. Like it's very like slimy. It's made out of snail mucin. Obviously it would be slimy, right? Right. Now, I felt like it didn't absorb very well. And that is my problem, because if it doesn't absorb well and it just sits on top, it's not really, the skin, it's not really doing much, right? It's just gonna disappear. So I'm not gonna be repurchasing that again. And I'm sorry if I say anyways and so often. It's because I just, it's just like how people say like or it's a filler word, and I'm sorry. Not really though. Next, we have two serums. One is the Numbuzin No. 5 Goodbye Blemish Serum. I love this stuff. This is my second bottle. I don't have a third bottle. This is my second bottle. I need to repurchase the third bottle. I love this stuff. It just does amazing for my complexion. It is a vitamin C based, I want to say. If not, if I'm wrong. Oops. And there's my phone. Probably a telemarketer if I had to guess. Sure. Been having that a lot recently. It's like the older I get, the more scammers just want to take my money. It's great. Good for sunspots and acne blemishes, to lighten them up after, you know, they've been popped. Or I don't know, it wouldn't do anything for like acne scarring, but it would do lightening up hyperpigmentation. That would be what that is for. I have a different one in my rotation at the moment. It's by Bioma, and that's the only thing I wanted to try by that brand at right now, at least. But next up, God, there's dog hair everywhere. This Sungboon Editor Green Tomato Pore Lifting Ampule. This little dude. I have another bottle. I just have another serum that I'm using at the moment that I want to get rid of. It was okay. It's supposed to be for pore care, you know, make them look less prominent and like not as large, because you have two different kinds of pores. Ones that kind of like stretch downwards and the other one's horizontal. I'm new to this. Like I'm a baby in the skincare area. I used to never ever do skincare. I used to be the type of person that would put soap on a washcloth and go bleh in the shower, and that would be it, and not like moisturize or do anything. So I've come a ways, and especially in Korean skincare, chef's kiss. Moving on, I have a Advanced Snail Peptide Eye Cream by CosRx. Yes, it was okay. I just, with the snail mucin kick, I got influenced pretty heavily. I'm not gonna lie. It also didn't absorb very well, and it's not my favorite. Will not be repurchasing this thing. CosRx's Advanced Snail 92 All-in-One Cream, and unfortunately for her, I could not finish her because I just don't like it. It just doesn't absorb, and that's just, and you get a lot in it. 100 grams, that's a pretty good amount. And unfortunately, I also kind of dropped her one time and spilt it, so there was that. It just does not, the snail mucin stuff by this brand does not work for me. It just doesn't absorb. It just stays atop the skin, and I feel like the texture is a little bit off. I mean, it's supposed to be like slimy, I get that, but it's just, there's just something off about it and I can't put my finger on it. So that one I couldn't finish. Next, oh, there's the cap for the eye cream. Next up is something very, very embarrassing, and they're not Empties. It's makeup that I've had for far too long, and that's my cat screaming at me to let him out, so I'm gonna let him out of the room. Embarrassingly, I've had this stuff probably since 2017, 2018. Basically when I graduated out of nursing school. Some of it I've used quite heavily, other ones just were, they're just too old and I need to get rid of them. We can start with face stuff. I have this Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I used to watch, what's her face? I don't remember what her name is. Tana Mongoose? Tana Mojo? She recommended this back when I used to watch her because it would prevent flash. Like when you take pictures and you use the flash, it would prevent the whiteness of setting powder from appearing in the photograph. I've had this for far, far too long, and this is just a sample. And I've moved on, girl. I have moved on. Next is a sample size, or more like a mini size. That's basically what the Laura Mercier one is. Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Excuse me? Are you okay? It smells like chocolate. It still smells like chocolate after all this time. Usually if makeup starts to stink, that is when you know that it has gone bad. This is a matte bronzer, but I got it in way too dark of a shade, the medium deep matte. I should have just went and got a full size of the lighter shade. It was okay, it did the job. I've started to use cream contour lately, although I think this cream contour is a little bit too cool tone for me. So I have learned in the last few years that I am a warm tone girl and I need to stick to that, and that includes clothing and makeup, and she just is a warm tone girl and she needs to stick that way, because if I go cool tone, I'm gonna look very muddy and very nasty. All right, another thing, another bronzer thing. This is the Sweetie Pie by Too Faced, back when they had their peach stuff line, their peach line. I went crazy during that time because I love peaches. It's one of my favorite fruits other than cherries. And this one doesn't smell like anything anymore. It used to smell like peaches. And it looks like a little pie, like a little lattice, you know, what you would get on top of a pie. And I did use it quite a bit, and the texture still feels pretty buttery, but it's just so old and I just don't reach for it anymore. I haven't reached for it in so long, and now that it's not smelling like anything, I'm thinking it's heading towards going bad. So we're just gonna get rid of her. Another peach thing by Too Faced, the Peach Frost Melting Powder Highlighter. This was their line that had the peach and sweet fig cream put into it. I used this on occasion. It's very dried out now, and also, whoops, it's now fallen out of the packaging. So I'm getting rid of that for that reason. It's dried out, look at this thing. This is the glue that was holding it in place, this little rubbery thing, or gel thing, whatever this is. It is no longer holding it in place, thus it is now useless. Garbage. Another thing I've had for way too long, If you own dogs and cats, you understand the pain of just hair everywhere. The Naked 2 Basics by Urban Decay. Great little palette. I have used it quite often. I have dented quite a few of them. It stinks. It stinks so bad. I love the shades in this. They still feel pretty buttery, but unfortunately now that it's starting to smell nasty, I will probably end up, not probably, I am getting rid of it. If I can find another one, if this is even sold still, I will probably purchase it again because I did like it when I used it. Although now in this 2025 year, people are starting to do Project Pan, which is not a new concept. But I do have makeup that I don't reach for that I ought to just try to get rid of. Oh, there's the cap for that Essence thing. Okay. Moving on to another eye product. Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, the original one. Oh, sorry, that's Jeffree Star thing. The original. This is just a mini size. Comes with a little wand duty. I like this stuff. It worked for quite some time. I just don't use eye primers anymore. I usually just stick with my face primer and put it on my eyelids if I want to put eyeshadow. And this is also old. This was a second purchase. I have purchased it before, but I never really purchased the full size because I never would use it fast enough. And even this, I haven't used it all the way through. And it's just not my thing anymore. I feel like this is also way past, yeah, I've had this for the last 3 years. Yeah, getting rid of old shit. Last in the eye department is this NYX Professional Makeup Epic Ink Liner in black. I bought this not too long ago, maybe 6 months ago, and unfortunately for me, it has started to leak toward, I don't know if you can even see. See that little bubble down at the bottom? It has started to leak at the bottom, which is not great for eyeliner application. And unfortunately, I feel like NYX eyeliners tend to do this a lot. I used to use Kat Von D's eyeliner. And then I stopped because that one's more of a brush tip. Is this a brush tip? Yeah, this is a brush tip. There was one that I used that it was a felt tip, and I feel like felt tips are better. If anybody disagrees, let me know if you think felt tip or brush tip is the way to go. This is also made in South Korea. She read the packaging, so that's interesting. I'm just so mad because this is not old and it broke on me. So I'm just gonna have to find something else, maybe a brown eyeliner somewhere. My camera does this thing that if I record for too long, it will just stop recording. So like 20 minutes, 25 minutes-ish. That's kind of annoying. All right, last two things, and I will stop gabbing my jaws, is 2 lip products. One is Jeffree Star's Velour Liquid Lipstick in Abused. It's a purple, deep purple, duty little thing. Unfortunately, it is very, very dry to the point where if I even tried to put this on my lips, it may just crack and break off and all that stuff. I'm really upset that I didn't use this fast enough. I went through a period in my life where I just wanted every single color of every single lipstick under the rainbow. Nowadays, I've been sticking more to neutrals or reds or pinks. I just don't have a use for a purple at the moment. I guess I could use liquid lipsticks as eyeshadow. That might be something to try, but this is just too dry. Too dry and useless. Last thing is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Lipstick. This stuff, it does have some transfer but it will not budge one bit. This one I've had for a really long time, pretty much as long as I've been out of nursing school, I guess. I love the red. It's a very nice red, but I don't reach for it hardly anymore, and plus it's old as shit. So, with that being said, I might go for a different red. I feel like this is more of a blue tone red, and that doesn't work for me. I need something that's a warm tone, but not like a coral. I don't want something orange. I just have other things I need to use, so. Plus the smell. The smell is a little off-putting. It's very sweet, but like, not in a good way, like medicine sweet. Is that even a thing? I don't know. Anyway, that is my empties for the last few months, plus stuff that just needed to be purged out of the collection. I might start Project Pan. That might be another video coming up soon. I also want to go through my summer clothes and just basically do a video where I try stuff on and purge stuff that I don't wear anymore. I have lost nearly 20 pounds now on Ozempic, so yay me. And as I keep losing weight, I will eventually not fit a lot of the clothes that I have right now. They'll be just too big. But until then, I'm not going to repurchase any newer clothing. But I will be getting rid of stuff I just don't wear anymore. And try on purging seems like up my alley. Trying them on, looking at it. It might be a little annoying trying everything on, but I think it will be helpful in the long run. Anywho, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe. The like button helps the algorithm. And check out another video. There might be one here, or there, or there, or there. I don't know where they pop up because when I upload these, I forget where it shows up. Thank you for watching. Have the day you deserve. And happy spring. It will be a, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Freaking bye.